Post-training notice. National First Class Registered Exorcist. Chapter 64. Celestial Fox. Hey, you two are really, an ant said, inseparable all day long. How will you find a partner, ya? This is what Ji Xiaoduo got asked the most, with everyone seeing him as an adopted son. I haven't even graduated yet. Ji Xiaoduo said shamelessly, I'm only 21, and my mom won't let me find a partner. She says it will affect my studies. Then you. Aunt B said, Xiao Xiang, you should also find a partner. All this money you guys earned in this line of work was hard earned, and you've got to save up money to marry a wife. Xiang Cheng replied, before Xiaoduo graduates, I can't get married, I have to take care of him. I'm not very educated, so no one wants me. Heroes are heroes regardless of origin, ma. The ants said one after another. Are you two cousins on your uncle's side or aunt's side? Aunt C asked. Uncle's side. Xiang Cheng replied, Xiaoduo is my uncle's kid. Oh, everyone nodded understandingly, knowing that Xiang Cheng's mother must have asked her son to take care of her nephew more. This made sense, and the two brothers got along so well, it was really too mo. Of course, the ants didn't know the exact meaning of the word mo, but the more they looked at them, the more they liked them, and accidentally set alight the burning flame of their inner fujashis. Wait for 11/11. Ji Xiaoduo whispered to Xiang Cheng, there are many express deliveries on November 11th, so we should be able to cover 80% of the community at that time. Xiang Cheng whispered, are you sure? Is 11/11 so magical? It's guaranteed. Ji Xiaoduo said, even if it's a yaoguai, it definitely won't be able to resist buying things on November 11th. Don't worry. Does your waist feel better? Ji Xiaoduo put his hand into Xiang Cheng's uniform and touched his back and waist. Xiang Cheng was too tall and ran around with a sack on his back, so the load on his waist was too heavy, and it was easy for it to develop an ache. Delivery guys were generally less than 1.75 meters tall, and their center of gravity was low, so it was easier to carry things. Xiang Cheng stood out from the crowd every time, and if it weren't for his great strength and good muscles and bones, he would have to lie in bed for a few days due to strain. After going back, Ji Xiaoduo stuck a medicinal patch on Xiang Cheng to relieve his muscle fatigue, but Xiang Cheng was totally unconcerned and embraced him. Delivering packages every day now consumed his excess energy, and he didn't have the chance anymore to dump everything and have a session with Ji Xiaoduo anytime, anywhere, but this time in the evening had to be kept free. Your waist doesn't hurt, ba? Ah! Ji Xiaoduo gasped. Does it feel different? Xiang Cheng said while straightening his waist and thrusting in deeply. No. Ji Xiaoduo touched Xiang Cheng's strong shoulders, rubbed the lines of the muscles on his waist back and forth, and then slid down. Xiang Cheng parted his legs, propped himself on his elbows, leaned over, and kissed Ji Xiaoduo. Ji Xiaoduo held his butt and fondled it thoroughly while thinking, Xiang Cheng's butt is so perky. 3 days later, the eve of 11/11 arrived. Xiang Cheng was already this old, but this was the first time that he had experienced the madness of shopping. Zhengzhou in early winter was already very cold, and all the leaves had fallen off the trees. No one was in the square dancing now, with all of the ants having run off. In the empty square, the autumn wind blew the fallen leaves around. All the delivery men were preparing for battle. Xiang Cheng was taller than everyone by a whole head, and listened with a confused expression. The first courier will arrive around 3, the manager said. Is everyone confident in yourselves? Yes. Let me hear your voices. Yes, everyone said in concerted unison. Our slogan is Express Delivery. Nothing blocks our way, all the delivery men called out. Let's disperse now, the manager said, prepare for battle. As he said that, the manager picked up a bag, and the delivery men all went outside to smoke. Xiang Cheng went outside and saw Zhi Ziaduo scrolling through his phone in the bitterly cold wind, his hot tears floating in the wind. I got them la. I got them. Got what? Xiang Cheng asked. Zhi Ziaduo replied, I got so many clothes. Xiang Cheng. Before long, the vehicles arrived. 6 large trucks stopped outside the center and started unloading and distributing parcels. Everyone rushed up, picking up pieces of parcel quickly, and small boxes went flying everywhere. The manager was like a juggler, boxes circling around his hands. Before they had finished unloading these trucks, the next convoy had already arrived. This is insane. Xiang Cheng said. Hurry, 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 the manager cried out, don't talk. Come, Xiao Xiang. Come over here for an interview. The reporters are here. Xiang Cheng. The reporters were outside taking pictures. Xiang Cheng turned to the cameras and forced a smile. At the same time, the reporters interviewed Zhi Ziaduo. This little handsome girl, why are you scrolling through your cell phone here? I'm squatting here waiting for deliveries. Zhi Ziaduo said happily. How many things have you bought? Zhi Ziaduo, 3,000. My hands move too fast la. The cameras finished flashing with a chichwashwa, and the reporter said, let's hurry over to SF Express. This delivery man can attract a lot of fans this year. The reporters ran away, and Xiang Cheng and the group of delivery men were left sorting packages from 3 in the afternoon until 7 in the morning. Zhi Ziaduo leaned against the stove in the corner and napped. In the midst of running around, Xiang Cheng threw a bag into Zhi Ziaduo's lap, saying, that's yours. Zhi Ziaduo woke up confusedly, tore open the package, and found some snacks inside. He just so happened to have bought them here and also received them here, and he ate some snacks with Xiang Cheng just to fill up their stomachs. At 8, all the delivery men ignored the arrival of the 12th delivery truck, each getting on their motorcycles and rushing to their respective assigned areas as they started to make deliveries. Zhi Ziaduo wore a delivery man hat and started to help Xiang Cheng stack the packages. Using his architectural and structural expertise, he had stacked up more than 200 packages on the back of the motorcycle, and not a single one fell down. Let's go. Xiang Cheng stepped onto his steed, and like a knight, he majestically took Zhi Ziaduo with him to deliver packages together. The stack of packages behind the motorcycle was like a tower, but it didn't fall down. Under the surprised eyes of the elderly grandmas and grandpas doing morning exercises along the way, they rushed into Huan. This time, their packages were spread almost through the whole community. Xiang Cheng went upstairs with a pile of goods, while Zhi Ziaduo took out more goods to deliver. Ding dong, Xiang Cheng rang the doorbell. Unpack it and check it. Xiang Cheng said through the security door. No need to unpack it. The man inside yawned, opened the door in his pajamas, and received the package. Then sign ba. What did you buy yet? The lady in the back asked. Xiang Cheng glanced at Zhi Ziaduo, and Zhi Ziaduo shook his head. Ding dong. Package. Xiang Cheng said, 411/11. In the room, a miniature pincher barked at them. Zhi Ziaduo made an X on Xiang Cheng's back, and Xiang Cheng followed Zhi Ziaduo downstairs with a pile of packages in his arms. Ding dong. Happy 11/11, Zhi Ziaduo said with a smile, your packages have arrived la. Didn't I say to have them deliver it in the evening? A man inside said impatiently, are you not letting people sleep? You. Xiang Cheng wanted to pull open the anti-theft door to drag the man out and beat him up. Zhi Ziaduo hurriedly stopped him. The man signed casually for the package, while Zhi Ziaduo thought, sir, it's already 10. Just as they were about to leave, the man cursed them out. Xiang Cheng threw the packages away, and Zhi Ziaduo said, don't be impulsive. What? Want to fight? The man said. Xiang Cheng didn't give him a chance to say anything. He reached one hand into the circle of the anti-theft door, grabbed the man's collar, and pulled him in, where he collided, dang 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 against the anti-theft door several times. Xiang Cheng took out the Lihun pollen and shook it. The man sneezed. Zhiziaduo. Ding dong. Package. Aya, thank you. Ding dong. Package. Ah, you two brothers came together today? Oh, this was bought by my daughter-in-law Yat. Wait for me to get my reading glasses. Old man, have you seen my glasses? Strange, where did I put them? Zhiziaduo wanted to cry without tears. He left the package at the door and they ran away. Come in and have a cup of tea Yat. Ding dong. Package. Meow. Through the security door, a cat stretched out its claws and scratched at Zhiziaduo's trouser legs. Zhiziaduo's hair was about to stand up, and he shouted, "Damn it, it's so cute!" Zhiziaduo thought the cat was so cute that he could hardly stand still. A boy appeared inside and looked out. "Unpack and check it," Xiang Cheng said, "sign here." Zhiziaduo looked up and saw the boy. "Hello." The boy asked, "Mad dog, did you buy this inflatable doll?" Zhiziaduo. Xiang Cheng. A man said from inside, "Someone else probably sent it as a gift." Inside, a man got up and looked out. The man's skin was dark, and the corners of his mouth twitched slightly, showing his incisors, before his tongue darted out to lick his lower fangs. Zhiziaduo turned his head, closed his right eye, looked in with his left eye, and saw a layer of fog in the room. The boy signed for it and asked, "Is there anything else?" "No," Xiang Cheng replied carelessly. The door slammed shut from the inside. Zhiziaduo glanced at Xiang Cheng, and Xiang Cheng pointed to the elevator and motioned for them to enter the elevator. "Is that him?" Xiang Cheng pressed the floor button and asked. "What did he buy?" Zhiziaduo asked, "An inflatable doll." Xiang Cheng frowned, recalled for a moment, and replied, "A box." "What do you think?" Zhiziaduo was not sure. He had seen something out of place in that unit, but he couldn't be sure. Zhiziaduo didn't have time to take photos, but the figure of the man came to his mind again and again. He was a thin man with obvious canine teeth and looked about 24 or 25 years old. Although his skin was a little rough, he was not old. It could be seen that he was a long-time drifter. He also had a dirty scar on his face and messy hair. He was dressed all in all black turtleneck sweater and black trousers. His squatting posture was very strange, with his knees open on both sides, and his hands hanging in front of his crotch. He looked like some kind of animal, a dog. Could it be a dog Yao? But Xiang Cheng sometimes squatted like this too, so that couldn't count as evidence. Zhiziaduo knocked on the door again. "Ding dong. Delivery," Xiang Cheng said. The smell of burning incense swirled inside. A man with a puffy face opened the door and glared at them. "Delivery," Xiang Cheng repeated. Zhiziaduo noticed something alertly. The man took over the package and signed. Zhiziaduo didn't dare use the dragon pupil in front of him for fear of beating the grass and startling the snake. After they withdrew, Zhiziaduo said, "Note down the room number. Building 4, Unit 307. Xiang Cheng also noticed and said, "A Yao, but I don't know what Yao it is." "A pig Yao," Zhiziaduo said, flipping out his notebook, and said, "Did you notice that his living room was very messy? It's full of domestic garbage, all directly spread out on the floor." Xiang Cheng replied, "The living habits of pigs." It was also burning incense, Zhiziaduo said, to cover the smell up with the scent of sandalwood. "That's it?" Xiang Cheng said, "It's easy now that we've found the target. Let's come here at night." After the morning deliveries were dispatched, Zhiziaduo was both tired and thirsty. his entire body trapped in the fog of not getting enough sleep the night before. Xiang Cheng sent him home first to let Zhi Ziaduo rest, but he continued to deliver the packages by himself, while preparing to continue the investigation in the evening. Zhi Ziaduo didn't know why, but he had a strange dream about that man in black who was squatting on the ground. At 11 p.m., Xiang Cheng came back with food. It had been far too busy today for him to catch any Yao. "Are you still going out tonight?" Zhi Ziaduo said while sticking medicinal patch on Xiang Cheng's waist. "Not for the time being." Xiang Cheng said, "There may be more Yao here than we thought. I'll run around again tomorrow and see how it is." Zhi Ziaduo yawned. After pulling an all-nighter, he was listless. Xiang Cheng was also very tired today. In addition to being tired from running around, more importantly, he had been on high alert from delivering the wrong things or getting the wrong address. So, the two of them discussed things, agreed to save up on doing it for these past nights and make up for it after November 11th, and then went to bed, hugging each other. Zhi Ziaduo thought that the ensemble of a black sweater, black trousers and ankle-exposing leather shoes was very good, so he had also bought a set for Xiang Cheng online. 3 days later, Xiang Cheng finally finished delivering all the 11/11's goods and was ready to go out to investigate in the evening. Zhi Ziaduo had analyzed several of the key subjects of the investigation for him. "I don't have proper clothes for stealth, so I'll wear this set out." Xiang Cheng, dressed all in black, looked in the mirror and said, "How is it? Are you going to go spy on the enemy or strut down the catwalk?" Zhi Ziaduo almost couldn't bear to look at him anymore and said, "All good ba, that way is fine ba. You wait at home, I'll call you." Xiang Cheng stuffed the white earphone into his left ear and stuck his cell phone into his back pocket. Zhi Ziaduo, "Of course that's not okay. What are you thinking?" Xiang Cheng said, "Can't you wait for me at home? I'm a Yao subduing engineer ma." Zhi Ziaduo said, "I need to record your every move ah." Si Gui knocked on the window several times from outside. Zhi Ziaduo let it in, put it in his pocket, and said, "Let's go." Xiang Cheng said, "What if there is danger? You protect me ah." Zhi Ziaduo said, "You're a first-class exorcist nay." Xiang Cheng could only wrap a scarf around Zhi Ziaduo's neck, and take him out with him. Zhi Ziaduo thought, "That's right, how can a hero go out to save the world without dragging a burden along too? In the movies, you had to have someone hindering you, right?" The two of them had already agreed on the route, but as soon as they came out, they saw that there was tons of snow everywhere. Xiang Cheng, wearing all black, stood out a lot. Zhi Ziaduo. There were even girls sneaking photos of them. "How about we wait until later?" Xiang Cheng said. "Let's drink some milk tea and wait longer ba," Zhi Ziaduo suggested. So, the two of them drank hot milk tea in a book bar. They read some books casually underneath the warm lights until it turned 10 o'clock. The North's customs were different from the South's. Zhi Ziaduo was quite unused to it. In Guangzhou and Shenzhen, even at midnight, lights were blazing and people were feasting. In Zhengzhou, by 8 o'clock, there were few cars out, even on the main streets. In the great white expanse of the snow, Xiang Cheng piggybacked Zhi Ziaduo and flipped over the wall into the small community. The two of them stood below the wall, and Zhi Ziaduo said, "I need to pee, I drank too much milk tea." "Pee ba," Xiang Cheng said, then turned away. He felt around for a cigarette in the back pocket of Zhi Ziaduo's jeans and blew a smoke ring, which flew towards the camera on the railing. Zhi Ziaduo followed Xiang Cheng to the first room downstairs. Xiang Cheng steadied the Bluetooth headset, put on gloves, and whispered, "Hold on tight." Zhi Ziaduo hugged Xiang Cheng's neck, and crawled onto his back. Xiang Cheng first leapt out and grabbed the drain pipe, quickly climbed up, and bounced up using the balconies. "The accumulated snow will be very slippery," Zhi Ziaduo said, "be careful." Xiang Cheng looked back at the doorman was patrolling below. The two of them were standing on an air conditioner unit, and a clump of snow fell down, landing on the doorman's head. The two of them immediately turned sideways, hiding in the crack in the outer wall of the building. The doorman looked up, used his cell phone to light up the area a bit, said something to himself, and left. Xiang Cheng and Zhi Xiaoduo carefully climbed past two balconies, then checked the location. They would just have to get past one more corridor to get to where the Pigyao lived. With their backs to the road, just when they were about to leave the balcony, they suddenly heard someone talking inside. A man was standing in front of the window of the corridor while talking on the phone. Xiang Cheng stopped, and Zhi Xiaoduo checked inside the balcony. Inside there was a family watching a movie. They would have to wait for the person in the corridor to leave before they could slip past, otherwise they would be discovered immediately. It would be fine if others found out, but if they alerted the Pigyao, that wouldn't be good. Let's wait here for a bit, Xiang Cheng said into Zhi Xiaoduo's ear. Zhi Xiaoduo was absent-mindedly watching the TV from the balcony. It was playing Empresses in the Palace. So, Xiang Cheng and Zhi Xiaoduo hid on someone else's balcony, both watching Empresses in the Palace. Consort Hua is so vicious, Zhi Xiaoduo said. Yes, Xiang Cheng said, what happens in the end? The emperor dies, Zhi Xiaoduo replies. Only during the commercial break did Zhi Xiaoduo remember what they were here for and asked, has that guy left? The man on the phone had left, and Xiang Cheng walked along the balcony, then motioned for Zhi Xiaoduo to wait outside. Inside was extremely quiet, with only a red night light on in the living room. Shh, Zhi Xiaoduo motioned for Xiang Cheng to look up. Xiang Cheng looked up, and there was a bell hanging on the balcony. Xiang Cheng raised his hand. He first laid out a net of rope by crisscrossing the Yao binding rope, sealed up the bell, and then took it down carefully. Zhi Xiaoduo gently opened the aluminum alloy glass window door, and Xiang Cheng stuck two talismans outside the door. He took out the stone guardians, gave them to Zhi Xiaoduo, held the demon-subduing staff in his hand, and walked into the living room. As soon as they pulled open the window, a smell rushed out, and Zhi Xiaoduo almost fainted. He closed his eyes and opened them again, only to see a strange flow of energy in the living room. It was everywhere, like countless dark purple bands of light, and it was all originating from a shrine facing the balcony. In the shrine, a strange sculpture was placed there. The sculpture emitted a faint light, with the bands of light coming off of it. Xiang Cheng took a step, and then Zhi Xiaoduo grabbed the corner of his clothes from behind. Zhi Xiaoduo gestured that there was a trap and put up 3 fingers, and Xiang Cheng took 3 steps to the side. He then went right 7 steps, then forward 4. Zhi Xiaoduo looked at the bands of light nervously until Xiang Cheng came to the shrine. He took out the Yao imprisoning banner and carefully wrapped it around the statue on the shrine. An earth-shaking snore came from inside. The Pigyao was soaking in the bathtub, the tub full of smelly black water. Xiang Cheng made an OK sign, while Zhi Xiaoduo curiously looked inside, got out his cell phone, and took a picture of the Pigyao. Xiang Cheng shook out the Yao binding rope, and the Pigyao was tied up like a ballerina. It instantly let out a squeal like that of a pig about to be slaughtered. Get down! Xiang Cheng suddenly turned his head, and behind Zhi Xiaoduo, the window broke with a crash as a person rushed in from outside the balcony. Zhi Xiaoduo leapt forward, but before he landed, his collar tightened behind him, and he was brought to the balcony. Zhi Xiaoduo suddenly tripped, then grabbed that person's arm to judo throw him over his shoulder. The other party reacted faster than him, and the side of his hand jabbed at his waist, making Zhi Xiaoduo unable to exert his strength. You let the Yao go, and I'll let this person go. A man's voice said mockingly. Xiang Cheng raised the Pigyao and said, deal. With that, he tossed the bloated Pigyao aside, and the Pigyao rolled towards the balcony with a giliulu. The man let go of Zhi Xiaoduo and said, I've been waiting for you for a long time, Xiang Qinchi. As he said that, he barked like a dog, showed his canine teeth, and looked at Xiang Chen maliciously. The man wore a dark black turtleneck sweater, black overalls, and black leather loafers, as he faced off against Xiang Chen, who was also all in black. Xiang Chen narrowed his eyes vigilantly. "Hand over the Yao," Xiang Chen said. Zhi Xiaoduo stood behind Xiang Chen and looked at the man warily. He was about to use his dragon pupil, but Xiang Chen reached back and covered his eyes with one hand. Zhi Xiaoduo looked between Xiang Chen's fingers and saw the man laughing wickedly. Then the man flipped backward, dodged, and flipped out of the balcony. Xiang Chen took back the Yao binding rope, and quickly chased after him, gesturing to Zhi Xiaoduo and putting on the Bluetooth headset. Zhi Xiaoduo also put on his headphones and called Xiang Chen. The two of them kept in communication as Xiang Chen went in pursuit along the roof. Zhi Xiaoduo put the statue that was wrapped in Yao imprisoning banner into his satchel, pulled open the door, and ran out of the unit building. Heavy snow drifted down from the sky and covered the earth. Xiang Chen's voice came from the headset. "That guy is not familiar with this area. Did you catch up with him?" Zhi Xiaoduo ran out of the elevator and out of the garden. "Xiang Chen, he's trying to find his way, he doesn't know where he wants to go." Zhi Xiaoduo said, "Are we letting it go?" "Si Gui is still after him," Xiang Chen replied. Zhi Xiaoduo stopped, and in front of him stood a young man. "Xiaoduo?" Xiang Chen asked alertly. Zhi Xiaoduo said, "I think I've found the target. It's a pity you didn't catch on to my ability." On the snow-covered road, the young man walked over. Zhi Xiaoduo suddenly remembered that day when they were delivering packages. "Unpack and check the contents, then sign here." "Hey," the boy asked, "Mad Dog, did you buy this inflatable doll? Your friend's name is Mad Dog, isn't it?" Zhi Xiaoduo said, raising his eyebrows slightly. "Yes." The corner of the young man's mouth twitched, and he said, "You can call him Lang Dog. Let's make some introductions. My name is Yang." Xiang Chen's earphones picked up the conversation between the two of them. While he was hesitating, the dog Yao grabbed the pig Yao and got into a Jinbei van. Si Gui flew over and perched on the roof. "I'll be right over," Xiang Chen said on the phone. Zhi Xiaoduo's dragon pupil flashed, and he saw Hu Ziniang's real body clearly. Behind Hu Ziniang, there was a tail nearly 5 meters long. The tail was huge and occupied a large area. The patterned tail shone and covered the whole street, then swished into many tails, before once again merging back into one tail. "I've heard so much about you, Zhi Xiaoduo," Hu Ziniang said. "I've heard a lot about you," Zhi Xiaoduo said, "Celestial nine-tailed fox." Xiang Chen was running towards there at a high speed, but then he stopped, completely stunned. "Xiaoduo? Did you hear that?" Xiang Chen said, "Get out of there now. That's one of the most dangerous Yaoguai. Celestial nine-tailed fox." Zhi Xiaoduo looked into Hu Ziniang's eyes and said, "The Yaoguai with the strongest powers of bewitchment. The celestial fox is on par with the dragon, phoenix, xiao, and kun. It is one of the 5 ancient Yao totems. It seems that Hu Xiaojuan is also you." "Pretty good," Hu Ziniang said, "You're very smart." "Sure enough, a dragon pupil really makes a difference. Logically, you're also a member of our Yao family, so why mix in with humans?" As he was talking, cat-like patterns appeared on Hu Ziniang's face, and his 9 tails fanned out, emitting a strong aura. Zhi Xiaoduo was surprised. The ability to perceive Yaoguai was also one of the necessary skills of a Yao subduing engineer. However, without a comparison, it was very difficult for him to judge how strong the celestial 9-tailed fox was. "I'll give you a chance," Hu Ziniang said coldly, "Join us. Otherwise." Zhi Xiaoduo lowered his face slightly and looked up at Hu Ziniang. "Or die." Hu Ziniang raised his eyes a little, raised his hand, and a mass of black gas appeared in his hand. "You cannot do anything to me," Zhi Ziaduo said, "the soul of the Chai Wen is guarding me, and your illusions won't work on me. You can control all creatures in the world, but you can't control me, who is guarded by the dragon pupil. Then why don't we test that?" Hu Ziniang suddenly opened his eyes wide. Zhi Ziaduo immediately felt a powerful force invade his eyes, and his dragon pupil immediately trembled violently. He instinctively wanted to retreat. It was the fear and panic of lower animals in the face of higher predators on the food chain. However, he knew that he couldn't retreat at this time. Aside from having the Chai Wen's dragon pupil helping him, he had to rely more on his own will. At this time, if he surrendered, he would be completely controlled by the celestial nine-tailed fox. Human willpower was the most tenacious of all creatures, and he had to rely on his own will to compete with Hu Ziniang. He couldn't even retreat half a step. Hu Ziniang released a more powerful pressure. In an instant, an invisible whirlwind seemed to blow on the flat ground, sending snow flying in all directions. End chapter. Post-training notice. National First Class Registered Exorcist. Chapter 65. Control. The clash lasted for less than 3 seconds. Zhi Ziaduo had managed to hold out. Right after, Hu Ziniang bared his teeth and let out a roar, before charging towards Zhi Ziaduo. Zhi Ziaduo was very agile as he shifted his weight back, kicking snow up into the air, but Hu Ziniang's 2 fingers were already right in front of his eyes. Zhi Ziaduo shut his eyes and leaned back, his left hand reaching up to block Hu Ziniang's fingers, crooked for an eye gouge. Hu Ziniang's right hand swatted at Zhi Ziaduo's left wrist, using the Sanda style. Zhi Ziaduo's heart thumped at that, and he turned and raised a leg in a roundhouse kick. Hu Ziniang raised his leg to block. Their legs collided, before they once again sprang apart. Zhi Ziaduo's wrist was protecting his face, and he lowered his head and hunched over. In the blizzard, Zhi Ziaduo's dragon pupil winked with light. As snowflakes flew through the sky, both young men pressed together then sprang apart. Hu Ziniang's movements were so fast that Zhi Ziaduo could not react in time, and he was operating solely based on instinct, fighting back using traditional wushu. But Hu Ziniang's speed grew faster and faster. Zhi Ziaduo's mind was completely blank, and his vision was focused solely on his opponent's arm movements. He then let out a loud shout and lifted a leg in an upward sweep, sending a spray of snow up with a shua. When Hu Ziniang came at him again with his fingers crooked, Zhi Ziaduo stooped, punching forward with both fists at the same time, striking Hu Ziniang in the abdomen, sending him flying backwards. Hu Ziniang staggered to his feet. Zhi Ziaduo watched him warily, preventing him from leaping forward once again. You. Have you met your match?" Zhi Ziaduo panted for breath. The layers of winter clothing he was wearing made his body move too slowly. He couldn't help but think back over Hu Ziniang's movements just now, and he was surprised that his own reactions would be so quick. Was it because of the dragon pupil? Every single one of Hu Ziniang's movements had been so clear, as the dragon pupil analyzed and broke each and every one of them down. Hu Ziniang arched his back, black chi bursting out from behind. He moved to leap towards him, but Zhi Ziaduo's movements were even faster than his as he stuck his hand into his bag. "You think that those trivial tricks will be able to stop me?" Hu Ziniang chuckled coldly. "I feel like, this isn't a trivial trick." Zhi Ziaduo panted for breath as he pulled the hourglass out from the bag. Hu Ziniang's movements slowed. Zhi Ziaduo prayed that this guy would not figure out the reality that he didn't even have a speck of mana to speak of, otherwise he would get captured by him. But even if he didn't use this method to trick him, the end result would be that he would definitely get captured, and the sand glass would be taken away. "Your innate talent for illusion can't work now, can it?" Zhi Ziaduo continued. "And you won't be able to beat me in martial arts either. Are you planning to sink the ship to get to the captain?" For a moment, Hu Zeniang was a little hesitant over what to do next. Zhi Ziaduo knew that foxes were very cunning, and this trick would only be able to hold him back for a few minutes. He hoped that Xiang Cheng would rush over a little quicker. Hu Zeniang stood up straight again, an odd smile appearing across his face. He asked, "Why don't we make a bet?" "What bet?" Zhi Ziaduo asked. "Let's bet if I can take away the boss snake from your side," Hu Zeniang said slowly. "You have the dragon pupil, but the boss snake does not. You are a human, but the boss snake was originally a Yao." Without even thinking about it, Zhi Ziaduo replied, "You're doomed to lose." "Don't celebrate too soon," Hu Zeniang said. "What's at stake is your dragon pupil. If I win, be prepared for me to dig your eyes out." An idea flashed through Zhi Ziaduo's mind. The seed of Mara, the Yao tribes, the nine-tailed heavenly fox, in this moment, all kinds of seemingly unrelated elements were connected together, including Xiang Cheng's identity. "Why do you want to take Xiang Cheng away?" Zhi Ziaduo asked darkly. "Het." But before he could finish, from high up in the air, Xiang Cheng came leaping down with the snow, roaring, "Move aside." The Yao binding rope turned into a giant net that draped over his head. Without ducking away at all, Hu Zeniang brought his hands together, and the snowy ground suddenly exploded. Ice crystals went flying in every direction, and the blizzard swept up the Yao binding rope, sending it flying backwards, while the huge net flew towards Zhi Ziaduo. Xiang Cheng rushed forward, grabbing Zhi Ziaduo and rolling. The two of them rolled onto the snowy ground. Without even looking, Xiang Cheng waved an arm and tossed out a handful of soybeans, before extending the Yao subduing staff to its full length, and with a sweep, turning it into the sword of wisdom. It arced golden through the air, slicing down at Hu Zeniang. With an angry bellow, Hu Zeniang turned into a white nine-tailed fox about 2 meters tall, crashing into Xiang Cheng. Its claws came slashing down, and Xiang Cheng parried with the sword. The instant the fox Yao and Xiang Cheng collided, the fox's eyes suddenly widened, its pupils shrinking to narrow slits. In that instant, Xiang Cheng seemed to have been greatly shaken, and he stared fixedly into its eyes. The fox Yao suddenly pushed forward, and with an explosion of golden light, Xiang Cheng went flying backwards, slamming into an anti-theft mesh installed on a house with a huge boom. "Xiang Cheng!" Zhi Ziaduo shouted. The nine-tailed fox pounced down on Xiang Cheng, biting at him. Shards of serrated ice were flying everywhere, and Xiang Cheng found himself in a bad spot. The golden beans came flying, but they could not withstand the nine-tailed fox. The Yao subduing banner was opened, but the nine-tailed fox grabbed it with its sharp claws. "Don't look into its eyes!" Zhi Ziaduo roared. Xiang Cheng shut his eyes, lowering his head and rolling out from under the nine-tailed fox's body, but just in that instant, the nine-tailed fox took human form, lifting his leg and sweeping with it. Xiang Cheng opened his eyes, picking up the Yao subduing staff, his fist firmly contacting Hu Zeniang's face. Hu Zeniang spread his arms wide, once again turning completely into the fox Yao, its tail curling around the Yao subduing staff. Xiang Cheng clenched the staff tightly as he went flying, falling next to a fire hydrant. Zhi Ziaduo rushed over, helping Xiang Cheng to his feet. Hu Zeniang took human form again and started to walk towards them. Xiang Cheng coughed a few times, staggering to his feet, standing in front of Zhi Ziaduo to protect him. Hu Zeniang lowered his head slightly, studying Xiang Cheng. "We'll give you 3 months' time," Hu Zeniang said. "Mara has been waiting for you all this time." "I won't go," Xiang Cheng said darkly. "You have long since wavered," Hu Zeniang said. "Speed it up, finish up the things that are keeping you in the human realm. You don't belong here, you don't count as a human. Since you are not a human, then why seek more suffering amongst them?" "Xiang Cheng." Hu Zeniang looked into Xiang Cheng's eyes, and a powerful burst of energy enveloped them. In Zhi Ziaduo's dragon pupil, a strange scene appeared. A huge fox in spirit form glowed with white light as it lowered its head, using its Yao power to force Xiang Cheng into submission, but from Xiang Cheng's body appeared as a jade-green boss snake. The boss snake seemed to be struggling uncomfortably in front of the nine-tailed fox, trying to escape its control. The moon eclipse bow and the great sun ring that you want are both in our hands, Hu Ziniang continued, as well as your mother's will that she left before she died. Don't you want to know why she betrayed your father? Do you know how she died? Don't listen to it. Zhi Ziaduo roared angrily, before rushing forward and shielding Xiang Cheng behind him. The dragon pupil glowed with a bright light, and Hu Ziniang's power immediately withdrew, the spirit fox also disappearing. Xiang Cheng suddenly came back to his wits. He wanted to rush forward, only for Hu Ziniang to say, "When you've thought it through, come find me." Xiang Cheng rushed to where Hu Ziniang was standing, only for Hu Ziniang to turn into a gust of swirling snow, vanishing completely. Using the Yao subduing staff as a support, Xiang Cheng gasped for breath, shaking his head vigorously as if he was trying to throw off Hu Ziniang's control just now. Several residences in the community lit up with lights, and Xiang Cheng said, "Let's go." The two of them climbed over the wall, but when they were climbing back down, Xiang Cheng's foot slipped, and he almost fell. "Are you all right?" Zhi Ziaduo asked, worried. Xiang Cheng shook his head, his expression odd. "Don't listen to it," Zhi Ziaduo said. "It's trying to tempt you. Foxes are most adept at illusions." Xiang Cheng's pupils widened and shrank. He staggered for a few more steps, before finally collapsing on the snowy ground. "Xiang Cheng!" Zhi Ziaduo shouted, horrified. Zhi Ziaduo dragged and tugged at Xiang Cheng, calling a cab for them. The cab driver was a good person, and upon hearing that Xiang Cheng had fainted, hurried to help him get into the car. "What happened to this brother? Did he drink too much?" the driver asked. His blood sugar levels low," Zhi Ziaduo fibbed. "What does he do?" the driver asked. "He's a delivery courier," Zhi Ziaduo said. The driver understood, and nodded sympathetically. After they arrived at their place, Zhi Ziaduo said, "Master, please help me out, help me get him out." No, the driver said, taking the money. "I'll help you piggyback him up the stairs." The two of them bustled up the stairs. Zhi Ziaduo placed the unconscious Xiang Cheng on the bed, and thanked the driver profusely as he saw him off. Cold wind whistled outside, and both of them were covered in snow, so when the warm air of the heater hit them they became damp. Zhi Ziaduo touched Xiang Cheng's forehead, it felt a little hot. This was bad. What was he supposed to do now? Xiang Cheng had actually collapsed. This was something that had never happened before the entire time Zhi Ziaduo knew him. The nine-tailed fox, that dog, and that pig Yao. Too many things had happened in the span of that single night, and Zhi Ziaduo was a little at a loss for what to do. Should he report it to the exorcism committee? Should he report to headquarters or the regional branch? The fox Yao in the apartment community had already run off. Where was Sigui? Sigui was gone too. Calm down first. Zhi Ziaduo took a deep breath, opening up his handbook, flipping to the sixth rule listed in the practical experience section. In the process of gaining practical experience, if an exorcist dies or is unable to move, do not panic. First, report the issue to the closest exorcism committee. Clarify the situation at hand, and request for assistance. This was not possible. The issue involved the boss snake and the nine-tailed heavenly fox, as well as those words that Xiang Cheng and Hu Ziniang had spoken to each other. Zhi Ziaduo continued to read. If there is no way to contact the exorcism committee, you must find a way to save yourself. First, you must find a safe place to hide. This was already a safe place. Zhi Ziaduo looked around him. Set up a simple Yao expelling barrier, to prevent any passing Yaoguai from noticing and ambushing you. This was something that Zhi Ziaduo knew how to do. He flipped through Xiang Cheng's bag, pasting talismans over all of the windows and doors of the house. According to the type of monster that attacked, apply the subsequent kind of treatment. The nine-tailed fox was an illusion type Yao, and its illusion magic would attack the spirit, causing people's minds to grow confused and sink into dreams. Zhi Ziaduo flipped through the handbook, but there were no records of these great Yaoguai. Plus, the nine-tailed fox, at the end, had told Xiang Cheng to go find it after he had thought things through. Which was to say, the heavenly fox's attack on his consciousness would not last for long. At most, it would pass in a bit. For illusion types, use a small amount of Lihan pollen and ashes from a burnt dream illusion talisman, along with the ash of the air from the victim as well as the person providing assistance. Stir that into 50 ml of water and feed it to the victim to trigger the activation of the dream realm, then use the bat over the head method to wake the victim. Zhi Ziaduo wiped the sweat off Xiang Cheng's forehead, asking quietly, "Xiang Cheng?" Xiang Cheng did not reply. Zhi Ziaduo put together the awakening medicine according to the recipe, then fed it to Xiang Cheng mouth to mouth. Xiang Cheng's forehead was covered in sweat. "Xiang Cheng." Zhi Ziaduo continued to call out Xiang Cheng's name. "Xiang Cheng." Xiang Cheng's dreamscape had been activated, and he lay on the bed, covered in sweat. He moved incessantly, murmuring something. Zhi Ziaduo roared, "Xiang Cheng." Xiang Cheng did not react, but his movements grew more and more violent. Zhi Ziaduo lifted a hand, moving to slap him so he could wake him up, but he couldn't bring himself to do that. "Xiang Cheng?" Zhi Ziaduo asked anxiously. Xiang Cheng's lips parted slightly, so Zhi Ziaduo lowered his head, pressing a kiss to his lips. Xiang Cheng immediately woke up, his face sheet white. He let out a roar and he lifted an arm. Zhi Ziaduo fell off the bed, and Xiang Cheng swiftly rose, looking at his surroundings. "Ziaduo." Xiang Cheng hurriedly stood up, pulling Ziaduo to his feet. "You're awake," Zhi Ziaduo said. "Thank heavens." Xiang Cheng let out a long breath, kneeling tiredly next to Zhi Ziaduo. "Are you all right?" Zhi Ziaduo stroked Xiang Cheng's face, pressing another kiss to his lips. "As long as you're all right, that's good." Zhi Ziaduo patted Xiang Cheng. Xiang Cheng was absolutely exhausted, so Zhi Ziaduo helped him into bed, saying, "You were entranced by the nine-tailed heavenly fox." Xiang Cheng shut his eyes, leaning against the head of the bed, not saying a single thing. Zhi Ziaduo asked, "Was it very uncomfortable just now?" "I had a dream," Xiang Cheng replied quietly. "Half a dream? Where's Sigui?" Zhi Ziaduo asked. "Tracking the enemy," Xiang Cheng replied. Zhi Ziaduo said, "The case has been thoroughly investigated. Hu Ziniang is probably that Hu Xiajuan. It's a nine-tailed heavenly fox, so it's not something we can defeat. We'll have to report back to the committee first." Xiang Cheng originally had his eyes closed as he was thinking, but when he heard those words, he immediately opened them, saying, "We cannot. It has some of my family's heirloom artifacts in its grasp." "It's lying to you," Zhi Ziaduo said. "Don't believe it." "It didn't lie to me," Xiang Cheng replied. "I know they're in its hands." Zhi Ziaduo asked, "How do you know?" Xiang Cheng didn't reply. Zhi Ziaduo came over and stroked his forehead. Xiang Cheng protested, "I'm not being controlled. I have to go get my family's things back." And saying this, Xiang Cheng made to climb off the bed, but he couldn't stop gasping for breath. Zhi Ziaduo said, "Rest for a while first. There's no need to rush it right this moment. It'll definitely set down a trap for us, and we don't even know where it's going. We also have to notify the Regional Exorcism Committee to investigate Huisai Ye1. There might be other Yaoguai there, waiting to ambush us. Si Gui was here to monitor me, And now you're monitoring me as well? Xiang Cheng suddenly asked. Did Chen Zhen tell you to do this? Zhi Xiaoduo froze, looking at Xiang Cheng disbelievingly. The atmosphere immediately grew tense. I'm not, Zhi Xiaoduo said, a little flabbergasted. I'm really not, but you. Sorry, Xiang Cheng replied, calming down. I was influenced by what happened in my dream. What did you dream of? Zhi Xiaoduo put down the book and sat by Xiang Cheng's side. I dreamt of my mom, Xiang Cheng said. I dreamt of a segment of her memories when she stayed by Mara's side. What memories? Zhi Xiaoduo asked. Xiang Cheng, for the sake of capturing her, Zhou Mokuo bribed my dad and used my life to threaten her. That wasn't real, Zhi Xiaoduo said. Hu Xiniang has lived for 1,000 years, and is a very powerful Yaoguai. It knows how to use humans' hearts to achieve its own goals. Xiang Cheng didn't speak, leaning against the head of the bed. I won't report this matter to the higher-ups, Zhi Xiaoduo said, but the exorcism committee must know that the nine-tailed heavenly fox is hiding in the Henan region, otherwise it will be very dangerous. We must inform them ahead of time. Report it, Ba, Xiang Cheng said. Your position is a standalone one, you're a Yao subduing engineer. Zhi Xiaoduo was silent for a long while. He glanced at Xiang Cheng, who was evidently in a very bad mood, before saying, then whatever. Rest for a while first. Xiang Cheng was silent. Are you hungry? Zhi Xiaoduo asked. I'll go make something for you to eat. Are noodles okay? Xiang Cheng replied, no need to go through the trouble of doing so. Sleep, Ba. But Zhi Xiaoduo insisted. I'm also hungry. Zhi Xiaoduo went to turn on the gas stove, and after thinking about it for a bit, decided to make some congee for Xiang Cheng to eat. By the time he finished washing the rice and putting it into the pot, it was already 12 o'clock. Xiang Cheng's words just now, Zhi Xiaoduo thought, were not because he didn't trust in Zhi Xiaoduo and was angry. Rather, under Xiang Cheng's formidable exterior, his inner self could be very sensitive and filled with suspicion, to the point where he was even a little apprehensive about Zhi Xiaoduo. Was it because before, he had always been on guard with everyone? Xiang Cheng, Zhi Xiaoduo called, how do I make congee delicious? Do I add a little bit of oil, is that it? Xiang Cheng didn't reply. Zhi Xiaoduo walked out, only to see that he had fallen asleep on the bed. He stroked his forehead, he was a little feverish. Xiang Cheng wanted to get back his heirloom treasures, there was nothing wrong with that. When Zhi Xiaoduo thought about it in more detail, Akela held 6 artifacts in its arms. Its right arm held the Sword of Wisdom, the golden arrows, and the Great Sun Ring. The left arm had the Yao binding rope, the Moon Eclipse Bow, and the Yao subduing staff. He already had the Sword of Wisdom, the Yao binding rope, and the Yao subduing staff, so he lacked 3 more. Perhaps Xiang Cheng didn't want him reporting back to the organization because he was afraid that as soon as this matter was revealed, the organization would send people to surround the nine-tailed heavenly fox, and the 2 other artifacts would once again fall into the hands of the exorcism committee. As Zhi Xiaoduo made the congee, he analyzed everything that had happened. By the time the congee was cooked, Xiang Cheng was already fast asleep. Zhi Xiaoduo didn't want to wake him up, so he ate a little bit himself, keeping the rest warm before he climbed into bed by Xiang Cheng's side, tucking the blankets in around him. Before he fell asleep, Zhi Xiaoduo thought of that dream that Xiang Cheng had the first night they had been together. He hoped to see more of his inner thoughts, and to know his past. But as soon as he closed his eyes, he seemed to see Hu Xiniang's fox eyes studying him, taking shape from the shadows, completely surrounding him. Many people's eyes appeared one by one in his dreams. Qi Wei's eyes, Chen Zhen's worried gaze, the old Buddha's eyes filled with a mutual understanding but also suspicion, Kita's hesitant gaze in the elevator, Xiao Bin's complicated one, Zhou Mokuo's gaze with a breadth of meaning contained within. Teacher Zheng's dragon pupils. Countless people's gazes finally morphed into the Zhaiwen's huge, glowing eyes, quietly watching Zhi Ziaduo. In the end, the scenery in the dream returned to that snowy land. Do you know why he has always allowed you to stay by his side? Hu Ziniang asked mildly. Zhi Ziaduo stood amidst the snow, taking a fighting stance, on guard against Hu Ziniang at every moment. This is the dreamscape that you've created. Zhi Ziaduo looked around at his surroundings. The snow fell thickly without end, causing him to feel very chilly. Hu Ziniang snapped, and the two of them returned to Guangzhou. Back when Xiang Cheng rode the bicycle around with Zhi Ziaduo, the two of them coming to a stop by the Zhu River as they headed to the hospital to check on Yang Xingjia. Zhi Ziaduo stood by the bike. Xiang Cheng had his back to him, standing by the riverside, smoking. Listen to what he was thinking in his heart, Hu Ziniang said. Should I bring him along? Xiang Cheng's familiar voice sounded through the entirety of the dreamscape. If we go to Beijing, I'll run into Zhou Mokuo. Should I take the exam? If I am able to test into the exorcism committee, I might be able to get my revenge. If I bring him along, perhaps that group of people will lower their guards against me. What point is there in bringing him along? It won't be fair to him like that. The matter in Guangzhou has already been settled, and if I were to pull in an innocent human as well, I'd better not take advantage of him any longer. Xiang Cheng turned back to take a look, only to meet Zhi Ziaduo's expectant gaze. Oh well. He wanted to go of his own accord, so whether that is fortune or misfortune will depend on his own fate. Xiang Cheng tossed the cigarette butt away, walking towards the bicycle. Zhi Ziaduo. Hu Ziniang continued with mockery in his tone, look, you humans are always like this. You all cut things down to the bone to speak of them, your hearts bleeding from that, leaving behind nothing in the end. Zhi Ziaduo watched Xiang Cheng across the street. Now look at this. Hu Ziniang snapped again, and the scene changed to an office in the exorcism department. Yo, what place is this? Hu Ziniang studied the people sitting in the conference room. Wang Lei was there, as well as Lin Yura, Chen Zhen, and Kita. So this is the headquarters of you humans, in Lingjing Alley? Hu Ziniang asked. Xiang Cheng stood by Zhi Ziaduo's side. This was the first time that they were being interrogated by the higher-ups, after Zhi Ziaduo and Chen Zhen saved him from the infinite loop illusion. At this time, if I were to lash out, would I be able to kill Lin Yura? Xiang Cheng's voice sounded again. But if I were to do that, then try to pull Zhou Mokuo out of his hiding spot, he'll definitely be on his guard, and it'll be difficult to leave in one piece. What if I use Ziaduo as a hostage? They probably won't attack Ziaduo. He's a difficult opponent. Who's that other person? I've never seen them before. I'd better wait for a while longer, I might be able to lure out Zhou Mokuo. Hu Ziniang snapped again. What appeared was the rental house in Beijing. Zhi Ziaduo had fallen asleep, while Xiang Cheng was flipping through Zhi Ziaduo's notes. He actually wants to take the Yao subduing engineer exam, Xiang Cheng's voice said. If he passes, will the exorcism committee assign him to me? That works too. This brat doesn't have a speck of self-preservation. This is the perfect chance to use him to pass false information along. Chen Zhen seems to like him a lot. The scene changed again, cutting to Xiang Cheng and Zhi Ziaduo lying down, facing each other, in the room in the Arkan Hotel. No matter what I do, Xiang Cheng said, will you always spend your days with me? Of course. Zhi Ziaduo said. Xiang Cheng replied, as if he was talking to himself. I love you too. Will he stop me from killing people? Putting it like that makes me not know what I should do instead. I haven't killed people in front of him yet. But I already took the exam, and I definitely passed. Why not let him go back instead, and tell him not to follow me any longer? Xiang Cheng reached out a finger and stroked Zhi Ziaduo's face with it. Huan Yang said, seeing these things, do you find them interesting? Zhi Ziaduo replied, very interesting. So he has never actually given up on his revenge. Is this also one of your talents? You are probably aware of the Nine Tails power of enchantment, Huan Yang said lazily, sitting in front of the nightstand. It is not only able to discern the hearts of any living being, but it can also manipulate them. You humans' hearts are much more terrifying than us Yao and devils. You are a Yao subduing engineer, so you probably know, we are not incubi, and we cannot craft any sort of dreamscape. That is to say, what you see now is the truth, and not a lie that I've concocted. And, you can see and manipulate the hearts of everything, aside from living creatures that are as powerful as you, Zhi Ziaduo said. For example, dragons, which is why you can't tell what I'm thinking inside. Huan Yang chuckled coldly. Zhi Ziaduo continued, but where did the memories that you read come from? They do truly exist, and they appear from the hearts of humans. The memories that have left the deepest impressions, which are also the memories that are most treasured, bob in a vast sea, glowing with light. So the reason you can read these is because Xiang Cheng has always remembered them. Huan Yang's expression changed at that, and Zhi Ziaduo said coldly, why would Xiang Cheng remember all this? It's very simple, because in those moments, he experienced a tough choice. You hid the words he was thinking in his heart. Lies do not only refer to making things up, but also include hiding the truth. This is my dreamscape, now disperse. Zhi Ziaduo drew out a Yao subduing symbol. Huan Yang let out a hysterical scream, and the dreamscape collapsed. Zhi Ziaduo opened his eyes swiftly, his entire body so wet it was as if he had just been pulled out of the water. Xiang Cheng. Zhi Ziaduo felt the area by his side. Xiang Cheng was still wrapped in blankets, soundly asleep. End chapter.